Mm, Hi, good afternoon. My name is Camilo Restrepo, and I am the moderator. Um, Next, we'll discuss Colombian education and ask some questions. And the first question is: do you consider it is easier to learn as a child or as an adult? Why?
Okay, I am Angelica. It's my responsible the question. I believe it's easier to learn as a child because the brain is more flexible and can absorb new information more quickly. Children are not afraid to make mistakes. We help them they learn naturally. Also, they usually have fewer responsibilities, so they can focus more on learning. However, adults may be better at understanding complex ideas because of their life experience.
Mm, Good. I also agree with your opinion. And continuing for the next question, it's what are the qualities of a good teacher and a good student?
Hello, I'm going to answer this question in my opinion. And a good teacher, in my opinion, must have commitment, or compromise and desire to do his job well, with authority, but without disrespecting the students. And I feel that how a good student This depends on certain factors. One of them is how the teacher is in class.
Good. The next question is how are you adapting to today technological trends in education?
Hello. I actually enjoy the new tech in education. I feel that it's a new world because when we're in pandemic, the education becoming a new mode to learn. But now the trenders are students use all option to make homeworks or answer question using AI or other means. Actually, I use some methods to study. For example, I've started using Notion, that is an app to organize my notes, and I use DeepSeek. This is a EA. It's my favorite EA to make homeworks, and as my tutor for my homeworks, our personal access assistant in my developing projects. And this is my answer. I don't know my.
Good. I also agree with your opinion. And the next is fourth question. Is Colombia working to make education better for students who don't have many opportunities?
Yes, Colombian is working to improve education for students with fewer opportunities. The government offered free teaching programs like Matrícula Cero and Generación E, investing in public universities and support vulnerable students through scholarships and loans. In addition, a foundation like Pies Descalzos and Batuta provide quality education and cultural programs in poor in rural areas. These efforts aimed to make education more accessible and free for everyone.
Good. The next question is, what do you think of the idea for all education being online?
Look, it seems to me that it is 50-50. On the one hand, well, for people who do it to due to different situations, find it difficult to be present continuously in a classroom, and one on the other hand, where virtual education is in its entirety has already been experienced, and it was not the best experience for everyone. We need in a certainly great the presentiality.
Good. Um, and the next question is, what are the challenges that Colombian education system face?
Well, I think that firstly, um, the person lives in a rural areas, they don't have any education. Why? Because it's very difficult help all families in these areas, but sometimes the government prioritizes cities over rural areas. And yes, is this this mine is my is principal to government problem, but they don't they don't make anything but help these families. And second, in the school or high school don't have a good syllabus. In some cases, the students don't have sufficient knowledge to take national exam, which is reflection in the low participation of young people in universities.
Good. Yeah, the virtual education can be a solution to the problem of the accessibility to education for families. Good. And the seventh question is, how will you improve Colombian education? Um, I think so. Colombian education needs a change in the basic education curriculum, as it is outdated and its content provides unnecessary information for everyday life. Um, its focus on competitiveness and individualism also impairs the development of cooperation and teamwork. Furthermore, the history dog is always linked to the United States and Spain, neglect the Colombian history of the indigenous and ancestral cultures. And I believe it is necessary to delve deeper into topics such as politics, values, economics, and the efficient use of the money, sports, mental health, the country's armed conflict, and the sustainable of the natural resource, laws, regulations, the duties and rights of citizens, and agroecology. I would also invest in improving internet connectivity in rural areas so that farms children can access online education and improving the infrastructure and technological conditions of academic facilities. And good, this is the discussion for for the education in Colombia. Um, in, thanks. Bye.
Bye.